Braveheart Workshops, inspiring connection. Restore, renew, and reconnecting community. Live well, laugh often, love much. Join our online connection circles. Be empowered in our virtual live events. Be a guest on our podcast shows. Hire us or be hired for speaking engagements. Enhance hope, health, and healing in your lives. Creating global connections. The Connection Show, sponsored by Braveheart Workshops, live with Jill Reynolds. The Connection Show, inspiring hope, health, and healing in 2021, sponsored by Braveheart Workshops, live with Jill Reynolds. And joining me today is John Ughulu. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you so much, Jill. Thank you for bringing me on your show.
Well, I would love the audience to know a little bit about you, so I'm going to read your bio. Dr. John Ughulu, the morale booster, is a motivational speaker, strategist, and a trainer. He transitioned from a shy guy to a public speaker. John is the founder and CEO of Mainseed Consulting Group, a leadership training and development consulting company, and the creator of Speak to Impact. Speak to Impact is a platform that gives speakers the opportunity to showcase their speaking talents. John is also the founder of John Ughulu Foundation, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization providing empowerment for children between the ages of 8 to 22 through coaching and mentoring. John is the host of a YouTube channel and a podcast titled The Morale Booster with Dr. John Ughulu. It is a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. Experience is the best teacher. John's goal is to help 1 billion or more people understand that they were created on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. So, what an amazing journey you are on, Dr. John.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. In fact, the way you read my profile, my bio, I was considering, I was thinking of just going with you to every event so you can introduce me. You did a wonderful job introducing me. I love that. Thank you so much.
Well, I am more than honored to meet you, Dr. John, and the audience has no idea how we met, but we both were inspired by God to go on Clubhouse the other night, and right. I shared that I had a need, and I had a need from the Lord to bring me an amazing black man to be on the platform, and I say that by color only because he was very specific. And as you and I both were called to go on, we both were inspired that God was bringing us together for you to be on this platform. So I'm blessed to know you, and I would love the audience to know just a little bit about you, but not so deep, because we are excited that Dr. John will be coming to Branson, Missouri on August 20th to the 22nd to speak to you and share his personal story of hope, health, and healing. And so, John, on the Connection Show, I really believe that story is inspired by God, and that God gives us story and each other, that when we share story, it connects the dots in our lives with theirs and helps them to grow. So would you take us on just a short journey of connecting the dots to little John growing up and what your life was like, and then how, just in a brief way, this has led you to have hope, health, and healing in your life?
Well, thank you so much for Jill for giving me the opportunity to, share my story and also to inspire or impact someone out there. Now, when you were speaking about the inspiration and direction from God, you made me immediately remember when I was growing up. I lost my dad when I was in high school. He passed when I was in high school. And prior to that time, my mom used to always tell me, she would say, John, come here. I remember when I was pregnant with you, I would always have this dream. And in this dream, I would always see a tall, dark skinned man, all dressed up in a suit, holding a microphone and addressing a crowd. Then I would reply my mom by saying, Mom, if you are referring to this man here, John, trust me, I don't think that dream is for me. Because at that point, I was a very shy person. I was so shy growing up that I couldn't even imagine myself standing in front of an audience. And yet, my mom, who was a great storyteller, who was a visionary, was always telling me about her dream. And I know her dreams always come true, but I was doubting myself. But somehow, the universe made her vision and her prophecy come to pass. Right now, I'm a motivational speaker. I transitioned from being a very shy person to a public speaker. Right now, I am microphone hungry. You just don't want to give me listening ears because I can go on and on and on and on, talking, inspiring, and motivating you. So, what I do right now is I go around trying to show people that strategy that helped me transition from being a shy person to a motivational speaker. But at times I still argue with my mom. I'll tell her, you haven't won the race yet, but I know I'm now a speaker like you dreamt of. But anyway, it's for the betterment of humankind.
I love that. And you know what's funny that you say that, John, is because people that know me think I'm very sure of myself and very like an extrovert, but I'm a very introverted person. And I remember when I used to sell copiers for a living, John, we had to do a presentation in front of the top executives of the company. All the salespeople did one by one. We were on the schedule. And I remember giving my presentation, John, and when I was finished, and there was a panel of about 7 different managers, and they would give us feedback. And they said to me, wow, that was one of the best presentations we've had in the country. And I remember being so insecure. I said to them, I said, first off, I said, are you kidding me? You're just like telling me this and so that I know I did bad. And go, no. And then I said, well, when I was speaking, I thought that I was going to pass out any minute because I cannot stand public speaking. And I said, I can speak. And this is funny, John. I can speak fine if I'm sitting down and I'm grounded. But standing up, I feel like I'm going to pass out. So you know what they said? Well, why didn't you tell us? You could have sat down. And I was like, now you're telling me this. I said I was ready to throw up. I was so scared. So,
Yeah, I've been there before. I've been there. So I really do understand exactly what you mean, where you're coming from. I have been there. And before I decided to go, fully into speaking and making public speaking a career, I used to always do presentations for, I used to train doctors, medical professionals on research protocols because I am well vested in the clinical research industry. And because I had the mindset of an achiever, when you call me to do something, I typically drop my shyness. But while I'm there, I would almost pass out, but nobody would know. But I would just go ahead, get it done, and go back and start thinking, did I make any mistake? Insecurities. But right now, those are the strategies I want to share with people, how to overcome those limiting beliefs. They are limiting beliefs. So I've been there. I understand exactly what you mean and what you've been through.
that's great. So, kind of going into that, what what led you? I mean, I know we said the Holy Spirit, so I'm going to go with that. But
Right.
that night when you jumped into Clubhouse and then we talked the next day, what about this topic of hope, health, and healing was something that said to you, wow, I want to be at this event?
Well, I would say that was, to me, let me use my mother's words here. She would say that divine intervention. No, my mom is a staunch Catholic. You know, she's a staunch Catholic. She has an altar in the house where she keeps her Bible, her Christian ornaments and accessories. She calls that the holy place. So she would say it's divine intervention. And as a result of my personal development, I have come to realize that nothing happens by accident. That's why I always like to remind people that we were created on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. Research has proved it that out of millions of sperms, only one is typically selected to fertilize an egg. So you were fertilized by that chosen one. I was fertilized by that chosen one. I was brought to life by the chosen one. It means we were not brought into this world by accident. We were brought into this world on purpose, for a purpose, to fulfill something that is greater than us. And for as long as you identify it, the universe will definitely lead you. God would lead you to the right places at the right time. Seneca said, luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So that day was spiritually, physically, properly created by God. So I don't dispute that. I don't even argue that. I know it was meant to happen. Like my mom would say, divine intervention.
Well, and out of the millions of people in the universe, and I'm sharing this. I mean, it really was a divine thing for me. As God was preparing me for this conference, and John, I'm telling you that I am 67 years old. I live in Branson. I'm disabled, and the Lord told me to do this conference, and I said, God, how can I do a conference that's going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars and I don't have any money? And how am I going to get people to come? And where will I find the speakers? And he just divinely said, because Jill, you're going to ask for help. And I said, oh, but God, you know I hate asking for help. And he said, I know, but you're going to ask for help. And I said, but I hate asking for help. He said, I know, but you're going to ask for help. And so every step of the way, John, that I've like pushed back and I'm reading Exodus right now, and I'm reading about Moses fighting with God when he said, you're going to go out and you're going to do this and speak. And Moses said, I'm a horrible speaker. And he said, you're going to speak. And Moses said, but you're a horrible speaker. Moses said, and he said, okay, then I'll have Aaron speak, and you take the staff and you part the waters, and you're gonna bring the people. And that's kind of like, I'm like, God, I'm not supposed to do this. And he said, oh yes, you are. So with all that, I know that God divinely brought you to me, and you're supposed to come and help. You're supposed to come and help and do this so that people can have hope, health, and healing in their life. And for those of you who are listening, come please and hear John. You will be inspired. He's only telling you little pieces of himself, but when you come and you hear him share and get to know him, it will be divine. So I'm so happy to meet you, John.
Likewise, to me, it's a privilege and an honor to have been invited to come over and inspire your audience. And I want to also let you know that whatever we are seeking in life is also seeking us. There is that vibration. And for as long as you accept the calling, you do not need to worry about the rest. It will happen. We do not need to worry about the how, just the way you accepted the call, the divine call to put this together. No wonder Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. You thought within your heart, within your soul, that it is possible. And that's all we need to know in life, that it is possible, that we were created to do something that is greater than us. And that's what you're doing. When you accept that, forgetting how it will work, believe in the Spirit, believe in God, believe in yourself, believe in the greatness that you've got within you, the universe will present all the opportunities to you. They say opportunities are everywhere, but not until you step into your calling, your work that you were designed for. You would still look for opportunities. But when you step into your greatness, every step you make, every move you make, the opportunities will be available for you. You've done a great job, man. And I look forward to inspiring your crowd.
That really touched my heart because I feel so inadequate, John, to do this calling. And yet the Lord says, just come forward and just do it in faith, Jill. And the word, the divine word, he keeps saying, you must ask for help, Jill. You must ask for help. And, I grew up in a thing that I just never asked for help, John. I learned how to grow up on my own as a lock-key child, and I figured out how to do life on my own terms. And then God came in and, he restored me. And so this is a really big growth step for me at 67 that the Lord's saying, now, at this time of your life, Jill, you're going to ask for help. I'm like, now? I've been doing it with that. Now you want me to ask for help? What about when I was 5, God? And he goes, no, now you're going to ask for help. And I'm like, all right. So,
Yes.
so I'm going to ask the audience, please help. So
Yes,
as I do,
they're going to help.
yeah, as I say this to you, please help you guys, help your neighbor, help your friend, help someone you love. Buy them a ticket for $84 because I know unequivocally that these 3 days will change their life, will rock their world. I know this because God has shown me the speakers and what they have to share will impact your life, because when you leave after 3 days hearing 17 speakers share their stories of hope, health, and healing, you will have 17 stories to take home with you to draw from, to look for the similarities of their stories, to impact your life and change you forever in your life. So make this change for yourself. Make this change for those you love and bring them to Branson and enjoy the beauty of the Ozark Mountains and fresh air. And before I close, I want you to see John's bio here and how to reach out to him. This will be on the channel so you can find him with his website as well. And it will be amazing, John. So we look forward to seeing you shortly, John, in Branson.
Likewise, I look forward to coming over, experiencing what our innate gift of speaking can do, how it can impact people. William Arthur Jr. said, all you can do is all you can do. All you can do is good enough, but make sure you do all you can do. So people, I want you all to come out there and listen to some words of inspiration and motivation, because you know why? You are on a board of greatness. It's an event you shouldn't miss. Thank you. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you, John. Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye.
Thanks for joining us on The Connection Show. Let's connect now. Let's restore, renew, and reconnect in community. Enhance connection in our online connection circles. A place to meet up, gather, and feel welcomed. To join us, go to braveheartworkshops.com. Click on the Books Podcast tab, and then the Connection Circles drop down. On the pop-up, join our Connection Circles Facebook group. Our circles meet from 8 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Share story, topics, and laughter with men and women. To learn more about Connection Circles, go to braveheartworkshops.com. Thanks for joining us on the Connection Show, and have a great day.